We working? No way, dude. Yerp. It's your boy. Did I sound like a vinyl mashup there or nah? Let's lock in, man. We got fucking all these pairs to go over. I was kind of contemplating, do I go over the pairs first that I wanted to speak about? There's 3 pairs. In specific. Or do I just start from the top? What do I do first? Stream lagging? Yo. Stream lag. That's just you, man. Testing, 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 testing. I'm gonna test it out again. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can figure this shit out. How the hell do I get a link here? No, I don't want to watch in control room. Alright, yo. Testing, 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 testing. Yeah, it's not lagging over here, man. This might just be here. Gonna keep it a bean 54. I'll be honest. I forgot what the 3 pairs were that I wanted to go over. Gold was definitely one of them. Whatever. I'm gonna go one by one from the top. I'm gonna start PC though. Alright, cool. Just let me know. Let me know whenever you're ready. When everybody else is ready as well in the chat, let me know. We're just gonna start from the top. If I remember all the pairs that I wanted to go over, I'm pretty sure I left notes on all 3 of them. So maybe they just didn't load up when I was going one by one. So we're just gonna start from the top. We'll start from AU going down into silver, which is the last pair on our list. The ones that we're gonna be going over are the ones you see with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AUDUSD, and once again finishing off with silver. It is pretty much the weekly market breakdown, right? We started a little bit later than usual. I just got home, and we're gonna be going over the daily time frame, where we're at in the overall market makers pattern. Are we uptrending? Are we downtrending? Are we on top to the zones of consolidations at the bottoms? We'll see if we had. But we still have a few more days, so next weekend we'll do the update on the monthly outlook. Do the same thing on the 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows. Update our weekly pushes. See if we have any continuations. Do the same thing on the 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows. Check to see if we have any continuations on the 30. and then we'll see which pairs look the best to keep an eye on for this week. So once again, if there's any other pairs you want me to go over, let me know. All right, you back? Cool. I was gonna tell you, yo, Ken, you got any plans tonight, man? My back hurts. Come give me a massage, maybe. Need to set up an appointment. 8 p.m. Yeah, is that Central Time or Eastern Time? Deluxe package? Maybe not tonight. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm missing something. 8 p.m. is water. Yo, what is that? Why is my chat coming up in Chinese? What's good, Muhammad? Just the person we were waiting for, man. Today you have to speed it up, jump. Is the weekend we locked? Review of last week and projection for what's coming. But whoa. Nah, it's gonna be a quick one. I was just waiting to see if anybody was gonna join. To be honest with you, we've already been live for fucking 12 minutes just sitting here. Nah, it'll be quick. Again, remember a lot of these pairs they're really just consolidating. So we'll update the daily. There's really only 3 pairs that I want to go over, in detail. But it'll be a quick session today. It shouldn't take longer than 45 minutes, maybe. Yeah, but a bit faster, not a 2-hour session. Come on, bro. You guys gotta. When I do those long ass sessions, that's the time you guys need to take pen and paper out. Fucking write every word you hear, man. I'm not gonna call anybody out by names. They watch the session, so they know who they are. But there's just a lot of questions that we shouldn't be getting at this point in time. There's just, especially for the ones who watch the sessions all day, every day. Camera's off.
No, it looks off.
Yeah, no, it's off.
Who's that, Ken?
Kendall and Mohammed. Yo, what's up, fellas?
Oh, you're not on YouTube.
Yeah. It's gonna be a quick session, pre 2-hour session. Whatever, bro. If it takes 2 hours, it takes 2 hours.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon, bro. Skis.
He's lying.
I'm not lying, but I will. I told Lewis I will be just focusing on what I told you.
Gold.
Gold.
That's
I think
it.
I'm gonna do NAS.
Good enough, yeah.
I think I'm gonna do NAS or S&P. I'm gonna be focusing on gold, oil, S&P, and the Nasdaq. That's it. That's what I'm gonna be focusing on. So in the session, Lewis probably will just talk about the Forex shit, and then I'll focus on the future shit. So, but futures is basically just market structure. Oh, but yeah, yo, that's the plan, yo. So I will be back though.
He's lying.
I'm not lying. I gotta get my money back up.
Alright.
Tell him that's enough spending.
Yo, buy my account, man.
Enough spending money, yo. I gotta get money now.
Says great news.
You
Yeah,
that?
Mohammed, you don't like my 2-hour sessions. You'll get the 2-hour sessions from him, though.
I'm not.
Liar.
I'm not. It's only 4 pairs, maybe. Maybe.
Yo,
you just
and you
two.
used to take 7 hours to do one session. Well, to do one pair.
Yo, I'm purely just trading market structure though.
Watch. After his 4th time doing it in a row, he's gonna get locked. He's gonna talk about one pair. One pair is gonna take him 70 fucking minutes.
It's not, bro.
Cause he's talking about everything.
That's the thing. You don't talk about everything with it.
Is that you're going to?
That's not the style of trading.
Is that you'll see. It don't matter what. It don't matter. It don't matter if you just draw one line with market structure. Once you start getting these fucking questions,
you know what?
You're gonna get locked in, and you're gonna be in this shit for 6 hours.
I've been paper trading BTC since Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I've paper traded yesterday. Yo, all I'm doing is structure, zones, retime. That's it. I'm not even looking at anything else. Multi-time frame analysis, waiting for it to reach my point of interest on the higher time frame, and just waiting for a break and a retest on one time frame. Then when it goes to then dropping down to the next time frame for my entry, which is the 1 or the 3 minute, depending on the pair. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not stop hunt, high, hit the mail. I'm not doing nothing.
Yo, is that they're gonna ask you the questions?
Yo, they're gonna ask me the question about market structure.
Exactly my point. They're gonna be like, "What's a real break?" And then you're gonna sit there for 2 hours trying to explain what a fucking break is.
I'm gonna tell them, yo, there's a video about that.
Yo,
this is the video. Go watch the fucking video. The same shit I used to tell you. I'm gonna tell them, go watch the video.
I'm gonna start doing that with them. Yo, go watch the video.
The same thing they told me, yo, go watch the video.
It's 1:42 a.m. I have a class at 11 a.m. Cut me some slack.
All right, yo, I'm out of here. You see, now you kicking me out. Y'all be wanting me back, and now you kicking me out. I'm out of here, bro. Go do your class.
Yo, you're gonna go get sauna?
I'm gonna go to this class.
You're not gonna go get sauna?
I'm gonna finish. I think it's only like 3 more. 20 minutes each. 15. They ain't even saying nothing. I'm out.
Nothing at all, bro. There's no motivation. It's not like it used to be.
See, that's why I don't teach.
Yo. All right, yo. All right, let's get this started. So we good in the chat? Everybody, we good? Say yes. My bad, Muhammad. I got you, brother. It'll be quick. I promise it'll be quick. I'll be done in 30 minutes. Make sure you guys are. Are you guys good? All right, give about another 15 seconds to chat, and then I'll start. I'm timing it right now. 15 seconds. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. All right, nice. Let's do it. All right. All right, my bad. I was fixing the mic, making sure. Now I'm uncomfortable. This is crazy work. My bad. My bad, Muhammad. You're gonna kill me. All right. So AU, we know that we are in A2. We're looking for level 3 push to the bottom side, right? We are in a complete downtrend. So I'm only gonna be looking for trades going short. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation. This is what we would classify as our safety trade. This is where we want to start getting ready to look for those shorts going down. And price is looking good. We had 3 months of drop, so we knew for this month, price was either going to move sideways or go down, right? So we had all our confirmations from the daily time frame looking good. On the 4-hour, price gave us a change of character to the bottom side as well. Price gave us a weaker drop, no continuations as of right now. Price gave us the inducement higher high, came down, gave us a change of character on the 4-hour time frame. That happened here. Change of character on the 4-hour time frame. We know we are trading between this high. I'm going to use this entire candle here. And the lows are not set just yet. Once we get, we also have the 50 crossing below the 200. Right, would love to see a lower high point be made for price to then give us a valid break of structure lower low, and that'll give us the confirmation that price is going to continue down into a downtrend. We had 3 days of drop. Price gave us a 4th day that gave us that break on the 30-minute as well. We had the change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low, lower high. Then price came down, gave us another break, and we made a lower low. So we know we're trading between these highs over here. Small zone. I'm just gonna use this green candle that's here as well. So between these highs and the lows aren't set just yet. So we're gonna wait that out. This is where the break happened. Price gave us a lower high point to then continue. For EA Sports, it's in the game. I know Kendall's used to hearing that slogan. EA, we are in level 3 on an uptrend. Daily time frame, we know price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high. We're waiting for a higher low point to be made. We can see that price gave us a higher low in these lows, and this is where we start seeing the uptrend. We had 3 months of counter drop. This month, we were expecting price to give us either a no net for the month or for price to push up. And price right now, we still have a few days. It could finish on a no net, but we are back above. But price is again doing exactly what it needs to do. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a change of character. I'm looking for a break of structure to confirm the shift of the trends. For price to start going from a downtrend back up to an uptrend. We had a week of rise last week. Price gave us a second week of rise. We know we're looking for the third week push to the top side for price to give us a new high. The market opened an hour ago, and price already gave us that third month high with that market open. Do we need to update anything on the 4? Let me see. Right, on the 4 hour, we know price gave us an internal change of character, right, and pushed all the way down. So we are trading between these lows and then the highs all the way up there. So we know the change of character in the break is going to happen on the 30-minute time frame. We're going to get our early confirmations on the 30-minute. 30-minute, we had lower low, lower high. Price went all the way to the bottom, lower low. Then price came all the way to the top, gave us the change of character. That change of character gave us higher high, higher low. Price gave us the valid break over here, gave us a simple retest of where the break of structure happened, which happened here, right? So gave us the break, gave us the retest to then continue back to the top side. And that's how Thursday ended. Gave us another day of rise. And then Friday, going into this new week, price gave us a no net. Price was just moving sideways on Friday. We know we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And we could see that this is where price, again, higher high, higher low, higher high. We're waiting to see now, is price going to give us an inducement to go back down for the day, or is price going to give us the break and retest to continue? Now, what do I expect? What am I wanting to look at? Again, at this point, daily time frame, we're still trending below the 800. I like that we're above the 50, right? And level 3, we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. So on the daily, this is looking good, right? I would like to see price pull back down into that 50 EMA. On the 4 hour, the only thing we have now is we have 2 weeks of rise, but we know we're trading at a higher high, right? And the trend is very simple to understand, right? Why am I not anxious to get into a trade over here, right? As of right now is because number one, we know we're trading at a higher high, right? When price is trending higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, would you rather get into a trade in a higher high, right? When you're looking for long positions, is it more comfortable to take a trade at a higher high, or is it more comfortable to take a trade at a higher low, right? To then get into those longs at the higher low to continue back up into the higher high, right? Kendall says the higher low, exactly. So right now, cool. I'm letting price do what it has to do regardless of everything else, right? We know that we're looking for that break of structure to be given. What time frame was that on? Was it just on the 30? My bad. Hold on. Let me take a step back. Confused myself just now. The 4 hour gave us a change, the inducement, and then the daily were just okay, cool. Yeah, so all we were looking for was a change and a break. We got the change, we got the break, gave us a retest, gave us a third push. Right after 3 pushes, that's when we're expecting price. That's why I got confused. My bad. I didn't have this marked up. After the third push, we're looking for a pullback. Now, if price doesn't give us a pullback, cool. I'll be looking for another continuation trade, whether it's a 372, whether it's a break retest, bounce off the 50, whatever the case is. But right now, we know we're trading at a higher high. So I'm going to wait it out. Just be patient. All right, there's a million other trades to look for that are a lot more comfortable to take and high probability. Shit. ECAD 30-minute. We're just in the zone of consolidation. Oh wait, ECAD is another pair that on daily we already reached our previous peak highs. Could we say that this is the start of the downtrend for ECAD? At the moment, it's still a little bit too early to tell. We know we still have that gap at the top of the market. We'd love to see price fill that gap before we even start the downtrend. But price gave us the daily time frame change of character. And again, what I'm looking for is for price to give me the break of structure after the change. After you get the break, that's the confirmation that the trend has shifted. On the 4 hour, we did get the change, we did get the break, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, change of character, lower high, boom, lower low, break of structure. Then price came up, gave us an inducement of the high, then came down and gave us another lower low. So on the 4 hour is looking good. But that confirmation of the overall shift of the trend on the daily time frame, for us to say that we are in level 1 on a downtrend, I want to see that break. Son, I bet I'm like tweaking, bro. Like, what time frame was I on? We have a week of rise. This week is the second week, or last week was the last. Last week was the second week of rise. So this week we're gonna mark this up. Again, we still have that gap at the top. Can still say that we are in an uptrend. This is the third week high. And then on the 30, I have so much drawn on this shit. Holy fuck. Price gave us a day of rise. Then price gave us a day of drop. We have a big gap here. That's okay. Mark it as a drop here. And we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came up, gave us an inducement of the 30-minute highs, then came down, open with a gap. We'll see what price does here. This is still a pair that I'm currently just observing more than anything else. We'll see what price does here. You have a lot drawn out. Should I delete this since we already did that? Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you guys. Take notes, man. Go back to the session. Facts. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's too much to look at on my screen, bro. If you guys need to take a screenshot of that, you go back and take a screenshot. Euro USD. Man, I'm tired. Doc. Euro USD, we are in the second zone of consolidation on an overall uptrend. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, which is our safety trade. This is where we would like to start looking for price to go back up. We know we have those gaps at the bottom of the market. So, again, does price need to fill that gap up now? No. Price could continue to trend to the top side, which is cool. And we know we could be expecting that gap to be filled whenever we start our downtrends again for EU. With that being said, I also want to go back to the daily and say this. Could this still be part of the trend? Could this still be part of level 2? And we could have a bigger zone of consolidation, a wider zone of consolidation to then go into level 3? Yes. Now, again, am I expecting that at this point based on how price was printing the trend? I'm not really expecting price to go back down here like we once were when price was making these smaller, higher highs and higher lows back in September. Right? Price, instead of giving us a steep pullback, it just gave us a zone of consolidation. That's okay. There's only two things the market could do, either trend or consolidate. Price could either give you higher high, higher low, or price could give you higher high, zone of consolidation, break of the top of the zone of consolidation, retest to then continue. There's only two things that price could do. It's the only way the market moves is either trend or a zone of consolidation. Right? So again, at this point, am I expecting price to give us this type of pullback? Not really. I'm really not expecting it. Same thing. Like at one point back in April of last year, we could have expected price to come back down into this gap. But once we saw the continuation of the trend, we already knew, okay, cool. I'm no longer looking for this gap, but we have another gap here. right? The only thing that was missing here for me to be a little bit more confident in that statement is if price would have given me another valid break of these highs and then the pullback, then I would have been a little bit more confident to say, no, there's no way we could go back down, right? So there's still a huge chance that this gap could be the one that price wants to fill to then continue. So he's still got a little bit more, a little bit more to wait before that even happens, right? We already saw price went back to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. It gave you an inducement, gave you the change of character, and now I'm looking for the change in the break. If price decides to give us that change and then the break back down to the bottom, or I'm sorry, if it gives us the change in the break back to the top side, we know that we could be expecting price to continue. Now, if price gives us just a change and it doesn't give us a valid break and it gives us an inducement, whatever the case is, then we know price is going to go back down to the bottom. So now looking at the 30, change of character, we're waiting for the valid break and we never got it. Right? So this is already me going back to what I just said. Right? Could this still be the area where price is going to just continue the downtrend? Go down a little bit lower before we start seeing price go back up? Absolutely. So just want to be patient. Again, wait for the confirmations before you take a trade. And then go on from there. Nothing more and nothing less to do. Before I'm not gonna mark this just yet. I'm gonna keep it like this until price. I'm gonna do the same thing we did on AU. We'll wait to see what price does at these lows. And then I'll mark it up. If price goes below those lows, and we already know we can mark that up as a change of character back down to the bottom. GA, yo, my back hurts, dude. I'm getting old. Gave us higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us 2 days of rise. On the third day, gave us that rise. No nut. This is a pair. Let's go to the daily. GA, pretty much same situation, right? We have the change back down to the bottom. We already reached our previous peak highs. So this pair I am just keeping an eye on, waiting to see if price wants to give us, either the first zone of consolidation for the downtrend, or if this is price just giving us an inducement. Again, at this point, I'm not expecting price to continue an uptrend. This is a pair that again, I'm still marking it as peak high for now until we have a little bit more confirmations. And again, that confirmation is going to be the zone of consolidation, the change of character, and the break of structure on the higher time frame. What am I looking for here? 4 hour time. And same information, man. Is not, again, all of these pairs, bro, they all move the same way. Not only do they all move the same way, but you're looking for the same confirmations. On the 4 hour time frame, you had, same thing, change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low, lower high. Then price went all the way down to the bottom, lower low. So at this moment, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the lower high to be set. Once the lower high is set, we start downtrending, making lower lows and lower highs. That's when I'll start trading. We have 2 weeks of rise currently. And on the 30, we're still uptrending, higher high and higher low. So I already know this is a pair where I just got to stay back. Stay back, wait for price to start moving in the direction, and then look for the trades. So let price move, man. Let price do what it has to do. GCAD, we are still in level 3 in a zone of consolidation after our last higher high was set. Price just gave us a zone of consolidation. We had a week of drop, and then price gave us, or I'm sorry, a month. Dude, I'm tweaking. 4 hour time frame. This is what happens when you're fucking just exhausted, dude. We have 2 weeks of rise. It's another good one to keep an eye on. for the week. 3rd week high. Only thing I don't like about this, on the 4-hour, we're on the 800 EMA. We also have a 4-hour change of character inducement. So on the 30-minute time frame, we already know this is going to be where we would want to see our entry. We want to see a change and a break back to the top side. We want to have those continuations. We had the change, we had the break, we had the retest, higher high, higher low. Then price gave us an inducement here, gave us a valid break up here, right? So we have higher high, higher low, higher high. Am I going to mark this as higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high? No, right? Once again, this is how I'm going to mark it. Higher high, higher low, higher high. What are we looking for? Higher low. We know there's two ways the market moves. Either a trend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. To then start making higher highs, higher lows. Or price is going to give us the zone of consolidation. Right? Zone of consolidation. What's another form of a zone of consolidation? What are the moves that the market could do in a zone of consolidation? What does a consolidation zone look like? A consolidation zone isn't just price moving sideways, right? It could also be the trap false real, right? The TFR, or it could also be the shoulder head shoulder. You guys got that? The only three moves that the market could do in a zone of consolidation. Sure, you guys write this down, draw this down on your notebooks, whatever you got to do. Right? All of these are zones of consolidation. And right now, let's go back and delete this. Right now, what is the market doing? Shoulder, head, shoulder. So I already have my point of interest. We could be expecting price to either give us a break. All right, once again, don't forget, what are we trading? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Price is in a zone of consolidation. The market could either give us the inducement, and this is where we'll see price come back up, which is what I'm expecting, because we have this 3rd week high. Changes to red, so not purple. That's for the gaps, right? Or price is going to give us the break, the retest, to give us a higher low point, to then continue back to the top side. At the bottom of the shoulder head shoulder, we also have the 800 EMA. So at this point, I am expecting price to give us some type of inducement here at the lows, respect the 800 EMA, to then continue that push to the top side. That is what I'm expecting. So we'll go on to the next one. Next pair. GCAD looks good. Definitely want to keep an eye out on GCAD for this week. Also have this gap here. Let's fill this up real quick. Go on to the next pair. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. It's very simple. All right, Muhammad, you still with us, my brother? My bad, bro. Let me know if you need me to speed up. We're almost done, though, realistically speaking, unless you want to stay for the US30 gold and shit. For GJ, we're in peak high territory, bro. I'm going to do this one quick because I don't have my analysis on GJ. GJ is a pair that I eyeball every single morning. And I do my analysis during the live sessions. You know, this is one where during the isolation sessions and the weekly market breakdowns, you know, we'll keep them updated. And we'll talk about what we got to talk about if there's anything to talk about it. But currently, GJ is just moving. There's nothing else I can say about GJ. GJ also had, right, it was one of those pairs that I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to go over GJ because somebody had a question about this in a one-on-one session that I did on Friday. But the more that I was looking at it and the more I explained it, um, I don't really want to go over this pair. I really don't. And why is because this is a technical trade. It's a technical pair to trade specifically. And I'm not about to give everybody a headache trying to scramble to look for a trade like this for them to just get caught in fire. However, I will say this. We know this was our 30-minute highs. Price gave us the inducement. We started downtrending. You have the 30-minute engulfing, right? Obviously, I wouldn't have even taken this trade because I'm not up at 4 in the morning. And then price went straight to STP. This is a picture perfect trade if it wasn't for how choppy price is moving. But we know we were at the top of the zone of consolidation. Price gave us the inducement of the top of the zone of consolidation. It gave us the inducement of the 30-minute high that we're trading in. Right? We're looking how big this pair is moving. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? Price came down, gave you a higher low. It came back up to the highs, gave you an inducement. We already know the areas that we're trading in. We're at the top. Same reason why. Again, if I'm looking for buy positions, why am I looking for buy positions at the top of the zone of consolidation? Why am I looking for buy positions at a higher high? And once again, another reason why I even wanted to talk about this is to explain to you guys again the biggest difference between entry models and why you need to know the difference between the rules of entry models and the rules of market structure. If we look at the last previous days on GJ and we mark up how many double bottoms and double tops are printing or have been printed, right? You have the double bottom, right? You have another double bottom. You have a double bottom. You have an extended double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom. You have an M, which also, obviously if you want to call this like a multi-session double bottom here as well, but you have the M and the W here. You have another W here. You have another W here. One cashed out, right? So one cashed out. This one lost. This one, let's say you cashed out on this one too. Fuck it, just for the vibes, right? This one, you lost. This one, you were in consolidation for a long time. Let's say you lost this one too, because then there was a double top, whatever. Right? You lost this one too. You lost this one too. Right? You won this one. Right? And let's say you won this one too. Right? So you took 3 wins back to back. Then you lost one. Cool, you're still up 2%. Then you won the next one. Cool, you're back at 3%, 4%. Then you lost one. Fuck, you're back at 3%. You lost the other one. Fuck, you're back at 2%. Now fuck it, this one has to be the one that has to win. Right? Took another trade. Now you're back at break even. You lost another trade. Trying to revenge trade. Let's say you're risking a little bit more. Now you're down negative 1.5%. Understanding that again, why am I taking a double bottom at a higher high? Taking a double bottom when price gave you an inducement of the high already doesn't make any sense. Right? So Staying for gold? Okay, cool. GU? It's been 47 minutes, man. I said it shouldn't take longer than 45. I'm gonna speed it up just for you. We're back at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Nothing to update on the daily time frames so far. Go to the 4-hour. We had another week of drop here, or another line here. We had a week of rise, then price gave us a week of drop, so no continuations. We're still moving down. 30-minute. We were waiting for price to give us a change back to the top side. It gave us the inducement, then came back down to the bottom. So we're pretty much still in the zone. Nothing to talk about on GU. Just gotta wait for price to turn around. We're still making lower lows and lower highs on a pair that is in an overall uptrend. There's nothing to do here, right? Exactly what we talked about. Exactly what we talked about. Did we not talk about this? We did. I even marked it up. I'm like, yo, imagine how different this would have been. 200 EMA was below, and this is what we're looking for. Then we could be expecting a double bottom. Did I, a type 1 pattern? Did I not say that? I literally marked it up for you guys. Yo, picture perfect. This isn't in hindsight. Let's go back to Thursday's class. Go back to Wednesday's class. Whatever day it was that we did this. All right, exactly what we talked about in the session. Super fucking simple, yo. No, we didn't. Not today, I mean. What are you talking about? No, not today. The last when we did it on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day that session was. US30 is another pair. Let's start from the top. Right, this is another pair that I keep an eye on a day-to-day basis. Right, we have the change of character back down to the bottom, lower low. So price is just continuing the trend. I'm gonna keep that daily box there for now. On the 4-hour time frame, let's add a line here for 6 p.m. on Sunday. We had a week of drop, then price gave us another week of drop here with that opening candle. What do we have? 4 hour. Let's close in 2 hours. We'll mark this out as a week of drop. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Waiting to see what price wants to do at these lows. Gave us 3 weeks of drop already. And then on the 30, we wanted to see if price was going to give us a change in the break back down to the bottom, or to go back to the top, and instead price went back down to the bottom and gave us a change back at the bottom. So now we're trading between these highs and whatever lows that are set. We have 2 days of drop. The price gave us a gap at the opening of the market. Gold. All right, Muhammad, you ready? This is a good one because there's right. This is, I think this was your pair, right? Gold, yeah. These are the notes I gave you on Instagram. Which is weird. You should never text me on Instagram. I'm gonna be honest with you. Discord, if you have it on your phone, will be a lot better. Because I'm not usually on Instagram. You got lucky I opened up that app. So gold. Daily time frame. We know we're still higher high, higher low, higher high. So right now on gold, we're still on an overall uptrend. We're in peak high territory, but price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. Perfect. That's it. That's really all we could talk about on the daily time frame. There's nothing else on the daily time frame, right? The only other thing we have on the daily is we could say we have this exhaustion candle at the low. Cool. On the 4-hour time frame, we know that we were trading higher high, higher low, all the way to the top, higher high. Then price came down, gave us a little zone of consolidation for a little bit, came down to the bottom, gave us a change of character, lower low. Right, change of character, lower low. So right now there's no confirmed shift of the trend. This is just a change of character. A change of character could just be the inducement. Dude, Sunday at 5, thank you. We have a week of drop. Then this week, price gave us a no net. No continuations at this moment. And then the 30-minute. 30-minute time frame, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high. Then price gave us the break of structure, lower low. So on the 30-minute, we do have a change. We do have a break. On the 4-hour, we have to change to the downside. On the daily time frame, this could still be a higher low point going into the higher highs to the top. Now, with gold, am I expecting gold to continue these pushes to the top side? Again, me personally, I don't know. The reason I trade gold the same way that I'm trading US30, the same way I'm trading Bitcoin and oil and GJ and silver, whereas on a day-to-day basis, is because these pairs right now are just moving. They're moving. So I'm looking purely at market structure. Yeah, I'm looking at everything else to see if anything else aligns, but right now, nothing aligns. Especially on the 30-minute. Right? We have no 30-minute structure in here. All of this is lower time frame, 5-minute time frame structure. Now we could get little confirmations on the 30, absolutely. But we know that most of these entries are going to be on the 5-minute, 1-minute, and that's it. With that being said, on the lower time frames, right? When we're looking at the trend, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Change of character, break of structure, higher low. We have the higher low is set on the 5-minute. 1-minute time frame, right? We don't have to go too deep into the 1-minute. We're going to do this pretty quick, but this is where we saw the change of character, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, right? Then price gave us lower high, then price gave us lower low, right? Then price gave us higher high. Sorry, I already fucked it up. Sorry. Look, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? On the 1-minute. Then higher high, low, low, high, low, high, right? Once again, on the 1-minute, this will look different. I guess we should go to the 1-minute. I could go this back. I could go this far back, right? Okay, cool. All right, then we had all of this structure here, low, 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 low. So we know we're following this trend, right? Until we get into these points here. Right, same thing, low, lower, high, lower, low, high, higher, low. Same thing, high, low, high, low, high. Then price, low, lower, high, lower, high, boom, lower, low. Once we saw, let's take one more step back again on the 30-minute time frame and on the 5-minute. That price gave us a higher low point because that's what we're looking for, is the higher low point. Once the higher low is set, what do you want to see happen after a higher low is set? You want to see on the lower time frames for price to give you the break of the change of character and the break of structure. Right? Again, I don't even want to go into the detail with the engulfing. So, at that point, once again, price was still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Right? And again, if you would have taken the engulfing candle, 30-minute time frame, just had your stop loss here at the lows, you would have been chilling, right, for this entry. But then I saw that you took this one here, and then this is where price reversed on you, right? And it hit your break even. The way you go about this trade, if you get into this trade early, before you get the change in the break, you got in just at the retest. you know that you have to babysit the trade, right? To wait and see, is this where price was going to reverse and continue lower lows and lower highs to then get out before break even gets hit, right? Or if price gave you the change in the break back to the top side, and it gave you everything you wanted to see. It gave you the change, it gave you the break. The break of structure was a clean break, no pullback, straight to the top side. You already know this is a 38.2% retracement. Flag post pattern between 23.6 and 38.2. Right? Price continued, higher high, higher low. Gave you the engulfing candle on the 1 minute. Now you have a way better entry. Right? You have a 40 pip stop loss instead of having the initial fucking 300 pip stop loss on the 30 minute. Right? You also had a 1 hour engulf. You say, let's say. Okay, yeah. That's where so in the same area where that 30 minute was at. Right? But you also had the 1 hour engulfing that again, if you would have taken it at the retest of the 1 hour, you would have been chilling. Because the 1 hour never gave you a retracement until here. Right? And same thing, a 300 pip stop loss, not bad. On gold, right? It sounds like a lot, but on gold is not that much, right? It's a 300 pip stop loss with 1,428 pip TP. All right, that's a 1 to 4.5 or some shit. Let's add the two real quick. It's like a 1.4 RR with this trade setup here. And TP was somewhere in this area. 1 to 3.6. What was STP for yesterday, for Friday? Right, which regardless, we would have been targeting the high of the day of yesterday because price failed to give us that 372. So yeah, let's say it was about right here, exactly where we had it. A 1.3.4. A 1, yeah, 1 to 3. Or 1 to 3.4. So that's really what it was. It's this one again. It was a pretty simple trade if you're looking at it. Again, this happened pretty late at night during the Asia session. Right, the actual trade happened at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. The actual entry that was crystal clear. But that was pretty much it for that. It's just again being able to see those little tiny details in real time. That's where the game changes. Any questions? Let me know. Still got 30 minutes for the Bitcoin market to close. I should have been following. It's all good. But especially, again, I know what it's like to want to take that trade, especially when you got shit to do throughout the day. But you know, that's why I always say it. Like, yo, if at the end of the day you have the confirmations here, I'm like, this is just what it is, point blank. To end with this, like, once you saw like, yo, this, and that's the thing, right? Because if you're up at this time, like, no, the number one thing is again, it's like, if you're up at this time and you see the entry, which is the engulfing, like, I personally wouldn't even take this because again, price still hasn't given us that change in the break. And on the 30 minute, we're still trending below the 50 and the 200. Like, there's on the 30 minute alone, this entry here is low probability, exactly what I have written here. Right? You still don't have the change, you still don't have the break, even on the 5 minute time frame in this area. Right? Like, we're still trading below the 800 EMA. Right? Now, after price gave us this inducement, after price gave us his first push, that's when I would have started looking to get into this trade, which happened at 7 in the morning when we got the change in the break, and then we had the confirmation, and my trade would have been here, right, to then continue. So in an instance where it would have been it would have been different, where if you already have the change in the break and then you have the engulfing candle and then you have the retest, that would be the best trade to take, because it's the same thing that we always talk about. The market is always going to print double bottoms, right? The market is always going to print double bottoms. But how do you know which ones are high probability or low probability? In this case, we knew that this, at this moment when we had the break on the retest, this is high probability. Because then this is where I wouldn't have gotten here on the retest. I would have waited for the change in the break that happened here on the 1 minute. And again, that's where it happened. That would have been the retest. Right? Same exact area. So is being able to see that in real time, once again, is like, that's the most important thing. Where regardless of anything that we just talked about, at the end of the day, this trade down here was too early. It was too early of a trade. It would have worked out if you would have just had your stop loss at your stop loss below the area. Would have worked out. But what if it wouldn't have worked out? Right? That's what we always talk about. What if it didn't work out? And that's why instead of me getting in down here, I would have much rather had gotten in up here. If that makes any sense. Again, is there times where you could get into the trade down here at the lower lows? Absolutely. Again, if price is making internal on the 1 minute, those smaller moves where it's going to give you the change in the break here and then it gives you the entry, then yeah, you could take that trade. But we didn't have that just yet. We didn't have those confirmations until this area over here. I hope that makes sense. This was just too early of a trade. We did oil and Bitcoin already, right? Yeah. And then silver, same thing as gold. Again, these are pairs that I'm just eyeballing them when we wake up in the morning. So I don't really have anything to talk about on these pairs. But I'm going to try my hardest. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm going to try my hardest to start turning on the sessions again in the morning, regardless of whether or not we have a trade or not. Just so you guys could continue to just be able to see exactly how it is that I look at my charts every time I'm on them. So I feel like even if there's no trades, being able to understand and give you guys the feedback in real time, and you guys see how I maneuver my charts in real time, I feel like that's really going to help the most. So I'm going to try my hardest starting now to do those sessions in the morning. Great session. Thanks. No problem, Mr. Muhammad. I'll see you tomorrow, my brother. Peace out. Hope you have a good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bad bug bite. Yo, Kendall, you here or not, bro? Like, I do the session for you and you're not even here. Peace out, Muhammad. Been here the whole time. I don't believe you, bro. All right, team. Any other questions? Any other pairs? If not, that's pretty much it. It was a pretty good session. Not too long, not too short. It was exactly what we had, or exactly what we needed. This guy Kendall texted me earlier today. He said, "Yo, what time we getting on the stream?" I told him, "Yo, in an hour." Yo, like, all right, bet. So what time you getting on the stream, motherfucker? Like, hello? You know what I responded to? Yes. That's how I responded. Yes. You just fucking asked me how long. I said an hour, and then you're gonna ask me ask. You're gonna ask me again. I was gonna ask about your BTC 30-minute structure. I don't want to talk, man. No, 30-minute structure is pretty simple. Um, that was also another question that Inferno had earlier this week, and the 30-minute structure, I'm not gonna confuse anybody, yo. I explained it to him. Not I didn't explain it to him, but I just said like I was looking at the internal structure on the 30-minute because of how fast we're moving. But 30-minute structure, we're still trading in the same area. High lower low, lower high, all the way down to lower low. Right? Why do you have the 30-minute here on the on the internal then? Because of how big these moves are. Right? These are huge movements. We've just been in the zone of consolidation since ads on TradingView, bro. We've been into the zone of consolidation since Friday, since February. Holy shit, I am tired, dude. Um, and just look how big these moves are, right? So I'm marking up the internal time frame. You can see that I have it here as well, but I'm just marking up the internal time frame on the 30-minute time frame, and that's all that this is. I was more asking for a specific time because you'd be doing it at weird ass times. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. But that's all that this is. I have this labeled as a 30-minute because I'm on the 30, but this is more internal structure. But again, I'm looking at the internal structure on the 5-minute, on the 30-minute time frame, instead of going into the 5-minute or the 1-minute. Um, that's all that is. But the same, again, the same areas that we're trading in, we just understand that we're also, again, in a zone of consolidation. Fuck. I hate when that shit happens, yo. Right, where prices came back down, came back up, right? And price is back at the lows that we once rejected, and we're waiting for to see if price wants to give us that valid break, because this is again where we had that daily engulfing from previous, right? But we also understand that this is a pair that we were on that overall downtrend as well, right? That everybody was asking me to like, and this is another pair. This is one of the pairs that I wanted to talk about too. Actually, I remember now. One of his questions was, why didn't you just get out at these shorts? Why didn't you just get out as soon as price retested the engulfing candle? Or why didn't you get out as soon as price gave you the double bottom? Right? And it's simple, because price in this area, we were still making lower lows and lower highs. Right? When price gives you lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And at the lower low, it gives you a double bottom. What are we expecting price to do? Right? We're expecting price to give us the lower low to go into a lower high. Right? If that would have been the case, for price to give us a steep ass pullback back to the top side, what do we want to start seeing? We want to start seeing price on the lower time frame. That's where we went into the 5, where we start seeing that we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us the inducement of the high, lower high, and went back down. But once it came back down, what did price give us? The triple bottom, right? A trend reversal pattern, right? That's a triple bottom. A double bottom and a double top, they're not trend reversals. Those are just trend continuations. If price would have been giving us higher high, higher low, and at the higher low it gives us the double bottom, then you got to get out of those short positions. If you took a short position at a higher high going into a higher low, and at the higher low it gives you the double bottom, you have to get out, because that's a trend continuation. In this moment, price was still giving us lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm not looking for a trend continuation pattern going bullish when market structure is still bearish, especially on the lower time frame, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, if price gives you the trend reversal pattern, a triple bottom, which means bullish, and you're in a short position, especially if price gives you the inducement of the low once again, and you know you gotta get out, right? And then vice versa for the for the downtrends. If you see the triple top, right, the triple top and the double top. Double top is a trend continuation pattern. Triple top is a trend reversal pattern. It's two different things used at two different times in the market conditions. So that's what this trade was. Then price gave you the inducement of the high once again. Once it gave you the inducement, it came right back down, gave you the change, gave you the break, to then continue back down to the bottom. And that's it. And then again, gave you another break, gave you the retest. In this area, I had something marked up here, I believe, like another trade that happened. Yeah, with the engulfing candles. 5 minute, gave you the retest to then continue. And then here you also had a 15-minute or something like that. Right? You had the 15-minute engulfing, but it never gave you the retest here. The wick never gave you the retest. But on the 5 minute, it did. So that's all there is to it. This happened on the night of Thursday going into Friday. So when the markets open on Friday. Any other questions? Anything else? Let me know. If not, then again, that's it. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll be live 6:30, 6:45. We'll open up the charts. We'll see if there's anything left. Oh, before we go off, let me look at Forex Factory. Right, so for tomorrow, Monday, we have news at 10:30 a.m. USD. Then we're good for the rest of the day. Then Tuesday, we have CAD news at 8:30. USD news at 10 in the morning. Wednesday, we have news at 8:15, 8:30, and then 10 in the morning for USD. Thursday, we have unemployment claims at 8:30. And then as a bank holiday on Thursday for NZD and AUD. And then Friday is a bank holiday for GBP, CAD, Switzerland, fucking CHF. Euro has a bank holiday as well. CAD has a bank holiday, and we have NFP, the first Friday of the month for USD at 8:30 in the morning. And then going into the other week, we have bank holidays throughout the fucking world, bro. What bank holiday is it, man? What are they on about? Let's see. Oh, Easter Monday. What the fuck? When's Easter? Is Easter everywhere at the same time? When is Easter? Easter is at the same time for everybody, right? April 5th. Yo, why don't we got Easter fucking bank holidays? Isn't that our thing too? Or am I missing it? No, I guess not. But USD there is the PMI, but that don't mean nothing. I guess the USD banks don't give a fuck about Easter. So it should be a good, pretty good next couple weeks, man. No questions, pretty straightforward. All right, cool. Good night, brother. Yo, you going to sleep already for real, for real? You just lying. I'm sleepy. Yo, it's 6:43. Kind of want to get a smoothie, but I'm honestly kind of tired. Yo, go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Get the smoothie tomorrow morning. You know that Chinese restaurant gonna be open at 7 a.m. sharp. Knock on their door. Like, yo, I need a smoothie. I need a smoothie, please. I already sleep this week, yo, cause you be fucking messing with that girl, yo. I'm telling you, gotta lock in. Stop texting her, block her number, hit her up 3 months from now. Block her number now and then hit her up in 3 months. You're not locked. You're not sleeping because of her. You're just up at night thinking about her. Or you're at her house. You gotta lock in. I be telling her no. I don't know, man. You got shit to take care of. I'm not sleeping. I got nowhere to sleep. Go to her house and sleep then. Fuck. Yeah, we fixed that problem again. Hit her up again. But like, yo, I need a place to sleep. I gotta see with one eye open now. Yo, nah. Yo, go back to your mom's house, yo. Nah, yeah, that's fucking insane, brother. Fuck it, yo. Tell this girl you moving in. Fuck it. You gotta keep her around now. Facts. That's what you gotta do. Not trying to be dependent on her. Mom's crib's too far. Fucking hey, dude. Fuck it, yo. Move into the library. Now, what you should do though, for real, for real. Once you find a, once you find a spot that tells you can move in, yo, why don't you go into an Airbnb for the meantime? Find a B&B close by you, right? And use that shit until you can move in to the apartment and have like a cat. I think that's doable. Because if you're looking to spend, let's say anywhere between 1,200, let's say anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 a month on rent or on a lease, you could find a B&B for a month or two. 2K plus a month. Where? Not here. No fucking shot. Condo in Chicago. 864 for 7 nights. Fuck. Oh, you are in downtown. Let me see something. from April 9th to April 16th. Fuck. 700, that's $90 a night. Downtown Chicago. You know what you, my bad. Remember, I'm downtown. Most I'll get is a room, somebody house, not a full spot to myself. Yeah, you gotta. I would say you're the best. I mean, shit, yo. At least to get like some U time, you gotta thug it out, yo, till you start getting these payouts. I would say like to make it easier on you. You if you could put down like let's say like if you wanna chill out for a week. Just seeing real quick. Let me see. Yo, for $75 in downtown River North, Huron Street. I could definitely bounce around B&B. Yeah, see that's the only bad thing, right? Just being able to bounce around. But like even at these hotels, yo, one queen bed studio hotel in downtown, like 349, right? Monday through Friday, right? So you could at least stay there for the week, right? I'm pretty sure in the weekends you could do whatever. Right? You could go back to mom's house. You go fucking, I don't know, whatever you want. Go to this girl's house. Do whatever you want on the weekend. Fucking sleep under the bridge, bro. But right, and then you just keep collecting those paychecks, easy from work. And then while you're also trading and collecting the fucking payouts and your withdrawals, it'll be a fucking grind, bro. But it's the Home 2 Suites, Chicago River North. So that's what my fucking the employee discount that I have for the Hilton. So I don't know if it's I don't know how much the rates are like regularly. Um, but you know what else we could do is I could fucking we could always call the hotel. Yo, I'm booking an employee discount, but I'm not gonna be the one checking in, and I could see if they could sauce it up. Like yo, I'll send you whatever information you need. And for the I put for the 13th of April and to the 17th, I think it was 13th to the 17th. I'm gonna figure it out, but that's what Coach did. Coach started working, and he lived in a B&B for a little bit, and he told me yesterday that he's moving in now into a shared unit, like pretty much same situation, like a shared unit with some roommates and shit. So that's why I even thought about that B&B solution. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that this dude did that for a little bit too. But then you're also in fucking downtown, so yeah, it's a lot more expensive for the B&Bs downtown, rather than if you were just in the city, in the outskirts of the city or some shit. But there's always solutions, man. Don't you already know this. You don't even stress it out. You just gotta you just gotta find that solution. I'm the GOAT. I always figure this shit out. Facts. Facts. You are the GOAT. I'll put your ass in a falafel right now. Alright, guys. Universe just tests me to see if I'm really who I say I am. You know what song you gotta listen to? You already know it's your boy. I'm sending it to you right now. That's the song you gotta listen to.
Go to Sonic.
What?
Go to Sonic.
Yo, you really wanna go to Sonic?
You don't want to go?
I don't wanna go.
Don't go.
Yo, but what are you gonna eat?
Eat something here, dude.
Yo, but there's nothing for you to eat here. Oh, motherfucker, you wanna spend more money going to Sonic?
I want to cook it.
Did you finish watching the videos? Why? Oh, the dick. When? Alright, yo, we good? No more questions. We chilling. We gotta go. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning. Peace out.